I still think there's going to be a nice bullish momentum left in Bitcoin. The market makers now shift the liquidity that's been taken out of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. For a brief moment, they'll just pump these little coins to create euphoria, even to make some more money and get out.
These early coins, they'll pump, and then they could get exhausted very quickly as well.
Then when we go to the heat map, we have bullish set up here. So we have juicy liquidity areas up here at 95 and at 115K.
I was kind of already predicting it was going to be a bear for a long time.
Welcome to the show. This is the Moonboys podcast. My name's Theo, and I'm joined today by RomReactor. How's it going today, Rom?
Good. Oh, I finally realized why I was echoing the two sounds is because I had the pump fun stream on. Sorry. I'm doing good, and yeah, it's amazing, guys. We are pumping, so the mood is back to nice, happy, right? Rather than the morning or earlier during the day for some of you.
Yeah, we were just looking at WhiteWhale. It's just taking off here at 6.9 million. I'm up like $420. Pretty awesome. Rom's got the chart pulled up here on Dex Screener. And of course, nothing here is financial advice. We're not financial advisors, just some guys on the internet.
Yep, exactly. And we're just trying to find some nice potential in this bloody market that we have in crypto. Everything else seems to be going good. Looking at stocks, I mean, we're by all-time high. We're looking at like sports betting. Black Friday sales were like some of the highest, I think one of the highest we've ever seen. So it seemed as if everybody had money stacked up to buy stuff, but they're just not buying crypto at the moment.
Yeah, I still haven't really sold any stocks at all.
Nice. Yeah, me neither. I might sell off just for the tax harvesting, just whatever I had in losses for so long. I'm just gonna get rid of, and because I did take some profits earlier this year with
Not a bad idea.
So it makes sense to just get rid of them at this point.
Yeah, all my stocks are in a tax-free savings account, so I guess I can't do the tax loss harvesting though. So I'm quite down on MicroStrategy.
Yeah. I don't know how that works. I mean, yeah, because that's kind of like you're in Roth, right? Roth for our IRA.
Exactly. The Canadian version, exactly.
Yeah. I know. Like that one is kind of like more based. I think once you retire, whatever your gains you made, you don't pay taxes on them. But I don't know if you could trade it, like use that account to trade.
So you can trade in and out of it, and you can withdraw anytime. It's just completely tax-free. It's not like a RRSP, so it's not a retirement account. It's just like a tax-free.
So possibly you could probably do it. Well, then it would still be like you're not really tax harvesting. There's no point of you
can't
tax
harvest on it.
Yeah, because it's already tax-free.
So I'll keep selling covered calls on it.
You could do that, or you could just you could close the position, open another one. It'd still be tax-free.
Yeah. So we got WhiteWhale. Rom is sidelined on this one. Are you going to take a position in WhiteWhale here, Rom?
WhiteWhale. So I just basically traded.
What's the narrative?
And let's right now, if we just trade it during the stream.
Did you get into Moonboys today? Did you buy?
Yeah, I got into the Moonboys, as always, right before we started.
I did as well.
Pretty low. But yeah, this token, let me see. Let me pop in some charts here. Give me 1 second. I didn't really push it into indicators. Well, easy one right off the bat. The one I love to use is let's see if they have SAR, Parabolic SAR. Yep, they do.
I'm the top holder on Moonboys, so I sniped it. Axel has decreased his position down to $23. Axel's no longer the Moonboys whale.
Just got a text here.
Par or PSAR?
Yeah, so it's Parabolic SAR. So I added it right now, and I mean the other one we could just add the RSI. So this is made by the same guy. I forgot, like John something. I think. Who made RSI?
And tell us about the intro music for today. What gave you the inspiration to create that?
Yeah. This guy John Wells Wilder Jr. I think his name is. But yeah, it was this microphone. I got this awesome mic on Black Friday. So it's this FinFin. It's a USB-C mic. It has on this other side the knob for the volume, so it's really easy to adjust. I was gonna get the Sennheiser, but it was like $120, not on sale, right? And my boy was like, "Don't be stupid, get this. Everybody's using it." So I gave it a try. Pretty good. And in the middle of me testing it, right, I was like, I need to test it somehow, and I have this mic, and there was like the earlier younger version of me when I used to freestyle came out, and I never had a mic like this, so I was just like, you know what, let me put all my effort into doing something cool. I could have made it more professional. I just put my phone down on the side with the instrumental playing, right, that I found on YouTube, the first decent one.
Have you heard of Ari at Home? This guy who walks around New York City with the full beat making station on his harness, and he makes beats, and people come up to him and freestyle next to him, and he makes videos, and He goes
I
live
believe
on Twitch and
I
stuff.
believe I seen something like that. I did see something like that on YouTube.
I
But
gotta
it
send
wasn't
it
a
to you.
guy that was live. It was like a guy that was kind of doing it on his studio,
Yeah,
and he was just always freestyling. I forgot his name. He might be from Canada, I believe. But yeah,
I gotta send you this guy.
he was cool.
Ari at home. Okay, I'll play the song here. Okay, so walk us through the trade here.
For the okay, so we got the Parabolic SAR. So this guy's been in the game for a long time. On a daily, we're bullish, which is good. So if we are gonna make a trade, you would adjust your stop loss to the SAR daily. But yeah, let's say we take a position here. How much can it go up? It's gonna be a little bit hard, but what we can do is we can do a little Fibonacci extension from its current correction that it had right before Theo you got in.
Yeah, I sniped this one accidentally.
So like right here somewhere. Oh wait, sorry, the other way around. Is it this way? Yeah. So, it's gonna be hard, yeah. Like really, not much data to deal with. I don't even think extension would work.
Okay, let me try.
But it have to be like from here to here. Okay. All right, there we go. And it's such an early coin, you know. This wouldn't even really work. Like we already we reached 2.68 and we're selling.
This
We're
guy, have
going
you seen
down.
this guy on the street of New York City?
Yo, I have not seen that. I have not seen him. But
Yeah, you gotta find this guy and rap with him.
wow, this is the that has the whole
Ari at
set.
home, he makes beats right on the street.
I gotta find this dude. And he has he has like a gaming headset. That's so cool.
Oh yeah, and he's a really good rapper too, actually.
That's cool.
Okay, so where's WhiteWhale? Let's do some Fibonacci's here on the 3-minute.
Yeah, I have it. I got it to be put on a daily. On
Okay, Fib retracement. I'm gonna go from this previous high down to the base. So we just rejected off of that Fibonacci here at the 618.
Yeah, the 618. Yeah.
2.618. Yeah. So then that has an implied target of 4.36 million.
Yeah, and we're getting close to hitting.
Yeah, we're dumping off that. So now I'm only up 385.
Yeah, and like you know, you could at this point it's like you could buy more of it as it goes down to the 1.618, which is around 0.005. It's pretty close like to what this price is now really. So we're gonna see if this actually holds support today, because with these early coins, you know, like they'll pump and then they could get exhausted very quickly as well. Like the last time I seen like new projects.
You're on the daily
releases.
chart there? Go to like the 4-hour chart.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to draw it out, but even if you go in the 4-hour,
This makes way more sense. There wasn't enough data on the daily.
Yeah. I mean, even if like the SAR is still bullish, so on the daily it's still bullish as well, so it's still like active on the daily. But it's just like there was a significant pump, so it's gonna catch up. Like the nice thing about SAR, it always catch up to a reasonable price. Here you could see it like right at this level. This would be if you long, this would make more sense to use as a stop loss, right? It's the Fibonacci is a little bit like hard to tell. Like, you know, we're kind of rejecting here, but then if we break it, right, we can go here very easily. So we could do another 2x more. You know, this is a new coin. This Fibonacci doesn't mean anything at this point. If it keeps going, it could really go up.
Well, congrats to everybody who cooked on WhiteWhale. What else are we looking at this week?
The
Should we take a look
RSI
at-
though, you could see that there's a little bit right now. Like if this is tops out, and like does not make a new high on the 4-hour, there will be a little bit of divergence. The price would still be rising, but RSI would be going down. So that is a kind of, you want to start taking profits in those alts. But again, this is so new. Like you have to go maybe to 1 hour, and then 1 hour you're really trading this throughout the day. You could be trading
This
this
token
throughout
was
the
1
day.
month old.
Yeah, like let's look at this range on this 1 hour, for example. Like if you just pick this range, provide a liquidity pool, make your fees, get out, it breaks your range, okay, reposition, new range. So in the 1 hour you could do a lot with this trading wise. If you're a trader, by all means, if you have the time, this is amazing. Holding is also amazing because you're kind of like riding it as it keeps going. But again, if there's going to be a correction, and if the SAR starts breaking, you would always want to get out of it. You're trading it on a faster time scale. So
Yeah.
be ready to get out and get back in.
Okay, so let's jump into crypto bubbles. I'm seeing on the daily and weekly this 2Z token. I've never heard of this one. Any idea what this one might be about?
2Z? Nope. We could take a look. Let's see. CoinGecko.
It disappeared on the hourly. That's not a good sign. It's disappeared on the daily. Did it just rug? It's totally disappeared now.
2Z, that's funny.
That is weird.
00.
I'm curious about it now. I almost want to track it down.
It came out October this year, and so far it's been going down.
2Z 00. Oh, okay. Interesting. I wonder why it was showing on
there's
there.
a lot of liquidity in here.
Oh, it's because of this. Yeah, look at this crazy pump over the last 7 days.
Yeah.
Over the last 24 hours. Yeah, it was pumping up like crazy here.
Yeah.
And this is on Solana, so I could probably pull it up on BullX here. It's at 1.4 billion. This looks very strange.
Yeah. Well, it's currently at $500 million. It's just that FDV is at 1.5.
This looks very, very, very strange. It was like above trillions.
It's a new project. It came out in October. Well, it looks like maybe CoinGecko started tracking it in October, so maybe it came out even a little bit earlier.
00. Cool. Okay, what else do we? Oh, now it's back on the hourly. It's very volatile. A lot of volume there.
Yeah, exactly. That's just pushing it. Yep.
So let's go
Mix
just
is,
like
I've dealt with them before. They're kind of down, but Mix is.
yeah, we talked about Mix last week, but yeah, let's just like go back to basics here. We have the Bitcoin chart, right? So on the daily,
back to basics.
On the daily, we're still below the 44. I've highlighted this zone here between 50 and 40K as a liquidity zone. I want to buy it down there.
50 to 40K?
Yeah.
You think it's gonna go to 50 and 40K?
Well, I don't think anything, but that's my target.
Yeah. No, I mean, could be. I've my 30K, but I always the one question I ask is, what made you pick that target? Why?
Well, that's the long-term holder cost basis, right? So if the price goes below that, then the majority of holders won't be in profit anymore. So generally, that's a good time to buy when it goes below that level, essentially.
Okay. So most people are holding Bitcoin all of a sudden are going to be wrecked.
Yeah, like right now,
the chances of them selling are less at that point. But
exactly,
okay. Yeah. You're thinking it's gonna like everybody's gonna sell and take it's like a take profit run, and it's gonna slowly. And what's the time frame for this? When do you think is it gonna be like a full bear economy type of situation needs to happen, or is this just gonna naturally happen in Bitcoin correction?
I mean, currently for me, in terms of the SMA, I have bear market set up here. But then when we go to the heat map, we have bullish set up here. So we have juicy liquidity areas up here at 95 and at 115K. So these are likely to hit in the short term. A lot of juicy liquidity building up here at 115. So it could go either direction. I don't really have strong opinions on it. MVRV Z score looks a bit top tier. I don't know if I can draw lines on this.
Yeah, I mean I keep it a little bit simple with my my market trading. I mean, like I did take a little bit of a risk position on alts that we could talk about. That's a completely different game. But in terms of BTC, I mean, I was kind of already predicting it was going to be a bear for a long time since we hit bearish SAR. I remember it was such a long time on a weekly we hit, and now on a monthly we're also bearish SAR, which is a really strong bear indicator as well. And it's a trends that take a long time to reverse. You know, like when they start, especially if like here, for example, in the last bear,
it's bear a long time, right? When they start, even here, it took 3-4 months before we broke it and made that an all-time high fake out, and then it flipped again. But it was very like that. Yeah, but like the monthly, I wouldn't really focus on too much. The weekly is nice. The weekly and the daily is nice, sweet spot to see the sentiment better. But yeah, we've been bearish kind of since September. We had this bullish end of September. I remember this is when, and Ivan got out here. He was telling everybody here. I remember like 150, and then next week it was all of a sudden, nope, no more 150. We're selling everything. Yeah, so these trends like they happen, and usually they do reverse after a while. So even like in a retest, like there's some kind of reversal, which hasn't happened yet. So it kind of looks like we're heading towards that, right? So it's a retest of some kind of cycle high MAs. We're here. We bounced off this 100 weekly MA. We kind of held it perfectly. Again, like keeping it simple, just following a couple of indicators that they move along with the trades. Moving average, they're called moving averages for a reason. They move as Bitcoin is more parabolic. The moving averages become more and more significant on the lower time frame. When it's less parabolic, the longer term averages become more significant, right? So at this point, it looks like the 100, we're finding a nice sweet spot at the 100 weekly moving average. Now we're going back to retest the 100 moving average, the 1.618 level from the prior Fibonacci, and also the weekly SAR, which is going to be adjusting as we go. It might even be around this 1.618 in the coming weeks, and we might be there retesting it. So I still think there's going to be a nice bullish momentum left in Bitcoin. The only question now for me is, will there be a shift from stables to altcoins, to all the stuff that's been beaten up and is kind of like at the lows cycle wise? Never really had a run, never even broke prior all-time high. Sitting also on sport. Yeah, it is different. But again, people are kind of putting money on. They still have money. Like I said, I think that ISM and all these things might peak because of Black Friday sales, and maybe not. It could be that Black Friday will not trigger that at all, or it might be irrelevant. That's why I try to just focus on the charts to see what's happening. And currently, it does look like everything is going into this. It went into really bare targets. Like, I mean, this is the others dominance, and it really went to the bottom within that October 8th dump on most alts. And now if you look at CoinGecko, you look at the top 100, you're just seeing mostly stables. And the stables are like, I remember this was even higher on number 2 at one point in history. So I don't think we're going to ever get there, but most things are stables, like USDC. Then you go down, and it's like you have these traditional assets, but then again, like USDS, Binance Bridge USDT, like what all these tokens again, like Athena, USDE. I was surprised looking at this chart, USDS, how many different stables are holding so much cash. And again, USDT 0, I don't even know what that is. PayPal USD. I mean, this goes on. Like you would think before we would look at this, we only saw maybe 2 stable coins, but now the stable coins are growing like crazy, and they only have one place to go, is back into Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana and the big players, or knowing that that's been exhausted, they could pump all these small coins like Whale, for example, very easily, done with a very little amount of liquidity. This could be pumped.
WhiteWhale?
Yeah, WhiteWhale or any coin like it, right? So my bet is we might get a nice little Santa, maybe January rally on altcoins as the market makers now shift the liquidity that's been taken out of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and for a brief moment they'll just pump these little coins to create euphoria to get out, even to make some more money and get out, again, right, as they always do. So that's what I'm kind of predicting. Maybe it's a little bit too bullish, but looking again, pointing back at BTC and just those levels that I mentioned earlier, I believe it's possible. What do you think?
Yeah, like I said, yeah, it could go either way. So I am following that moving average strategy as we've discussed. So I have the 125-day moving average, simple moving average. I have the 44. I was actually thinking about making a Pine script. You familiar with like the Larson line?
Yeah, that's it's very similar to this indicator right here. I'll show it.
I was thinking about making a Larson line for myself, but it would just be the 44 and the 125.
There's this indicator called the bull market support band. It's very
something like that. Very similar to that, exactly.
I would have to kind of remove these ones.
Do you know what moving averages it uses?
We have to take a look.
You could probably dial it in.
Bull market support, and then 20 week, 21 week.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so I was thinking of using the 44-day and the 125-day. I wonder if there's an indicator I can use where I can just program my numbers and I don't have to code it from scratch.
Yeah, you could just get the bull market support band.
But that one's programmed for 20 and 21, isn't it?
Yeah, and you just go into the settings. And,
you can't change those.
Oh, I guess change
That's
it
the
here.
problem,
But
yeah.
what you can do is could probably copy the code that was made this and then recreate it. I think there's a way to just copy through about this. Oh, there is source code. There we go. Yep, and then you just change it.
Really?
Yeah, and then you just launch, and then you just rename this or whatever, and you add to chart. We could try doing it right now. So, what do you want to do it as?
Okay, so I want the daily, not the weekly, and I want it to be the 44 and the 125.
So 40.
It's not working.
Read
Read only, it cannot be edited.
Um,
Can you duplicate? So that's as simple as Pine Script is? It's just like a few lines of code like that?
Yep.
Really?
Open
Pine editor. Very cool. Market
Hold on, how do I do this?
support
Editors,
band. Which bull market support band is it?
It's a bull market support band. They have multiple.
Yeah.
Weekly, I did.
There's a bunch of different options.
This one, 20 WSMA 21 ZK.
Okay, cool. And then how do you?
Yeah, why did they
source
changed?
code?
They
So you go
changed
source
it again.
code.
Yeah, you go to you open Pine Editor down here. This opens up this thing
Copy
right here.
and then Pine editor. Okay, so I'm following along.
Oh, right here, and then create a working copy. There we go. Okay, that's where they moved it. So you'll see that once you open Pine Editor on your bull market support, or if you go here and you just do source code, it will open this, and then you do copy, create a working copy. So now you have created a working copy. Here you make the time frame you wanted daily for D. You wanted to use
Time frame
simple.
D. Okay.
And then you want which one? 44 and 45,
SMA 44 and 125.
and EMA 120.
SMA 125.
Yeah, I don't know why, but this script uses SMA, and then the second one is EMA.
Oh, really?
Not sure why, but yeah, you could edit that as well. But let's just give it. It's not
I'm
that
gonna try.
much. But,
Out.
I don't want to mess
SMA.
with it. I don't want to mess with it too much, you know. To like, I'll change that after. Just want to make sure this works.
Yeah, I guess you can't name them both the same thing. That's the problem, right?
Yeah, you can't name them both the same thing either. Yeah, that's a good point. But
SMA
you know,
2,
I don't know
SMA
why.
length 2.
Yeah, it would be like length. So,
Out SMA 2 and SMA plot 2.
okay, let's see what I got here. And what is this fill? Okay, the fill, that's fine. It's just the color between. Okay, and then you go to, you name it right here. So you could rename it to, let's call it Theo's. What is a Larson line? Yeah, I guess if you use your last name, it would be I think Larson is his last name. But I guess it's Theo's or Moonboy line support, or
44 day.
Moonboy support band.
125 day. SMA.
Okay, save.
SMA
Yeah, and this
plot,
for anybody
SMA
that's
plot
watching, you know, this
2.
is yeah, and then you would hit right here.
Publish
add
script.
to chart. No, well, not publish
Script is
it.
not on the
Add-
chart. Add to chart.
Add to chart. Yep. And then you would have it
Undeclared
on the bottom.
identifier. Okay, yeah, it doesn't like my code. I'm gonna have to run it through like ChatGPT.
Yeah, run it, or just if you're looking at my screen, I kind of did it with just I just didn't touch it like that. But this is
I
how
know,
it
but I
would
didn't
look
want
like.
the EMA though.
Yeah, I don't know if it is EMA, maybe it's just a name because it says here it's just. Oh yeah, right here source. You just change this right here too, so it would just be X. That's it.
But you can't do the same SMA
No, it
twice.
doesn't matter. It works. It's I'm keeping the variables the same. This is just
Oh,
the way
yeah.
encoding it's taking this library called technical analysis,
Yeah.
and you're just using an object or data function, whatever you want to call this.
Oh, I think it did
that's-
work.
Yeah, so now it should work.
No, it
Now you
didn't.
have two SMAs. So here I'll just copy. I'll send this to you in Discord.
I'll have to
Just
play
use
around
this
with it.
script.
Yeah.
Just use this script. This will work for you.
Okay.
I send it to you right now.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. So now
And
you
it's
have the
gone.
Moonboys. What's gone?
All my money.
Oh, with the script.
No,
Uh,
I'll still have to play with it. I think. But
yeah,
yeah,
you
it's good. This is my
play
first
around.
time playing with Pine Editor, so very cool.
So I mean, yeah. So now you have these two support lines, right? And you could see when they cross and when they don't cross, it triggers like bearish. When they cross back, it's bullish. So that's a strategy as well.
That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to play with it though.
Up bullish
Chat
here,
GPT.
bearish here. Some money. Yeah. So I'll keep it here, safe for us, just in case we need it.
Sick.
But yeah, and then this is just a regular bull market support band with the weekly averages. Yeah, my EMAs. Yeah. So I mean, I think we're gonna be heading up to retest the MAs. So my strategy is, keep working, get more liquidity, just in case we keep dipping forward. If we go back to 70K, and then like you said, if we ultimately break 70K, which was such a big support. I mean, This has been a consolidation of a lifetime. This was a year-long consolidation of people accumulating Bitcoin from 70 to like 65K virtually, maybe a little bit lower, right? Times around 52K. But this support level is gonna be historic to break. If we just smash through it like it's like nothing, that would be scary for one. That would be very scary because I don't think Bitcoin ever broke through support. I mean, even here, like we had, that was the top. So we might even have people here that were like holding the bag from 2021 that still haven't sold, right? And will they sell? Shit, I hope not, because they. But yeah, there will be people there. So we're going to be retesting the prior all-time high, a crazy consolidation that we had, and that'll be a really good time to buy, I think. And then like I had my friend who's super bearish. He thinks we're going to go to 35K. You think we might go to 40. So 45 to 50K, that makes sense. I like the way you said how this is the long-term holders. And here, obviously you would have so many reg people that they're, nobody's going to be selling those. Like those guys are either true believers or like, they might sell a little bit, but they're just the price is gonna be so low that the market makers are gonna be buying it up like crazy. That I agree with. Okay, but so we have that level 50 to what was it, 45K, right here, 42 to 55.
Yeah.
And if we go below that, I mean, if this would have to be the bottom of the bottom. And if we go below that, which I highly doubt, then you have 35K the lowest, I think. I don't think we're gonna go into this band, but who knows? I don't even think this is likely. If I look at my production support, which I believe is huge support, we're sitting at 70K. We're again on this level. I haven't updated it, but I doubt it. It's much away from this level at the moment. And that alone is like, again, I just said, huge support. Huge. To break this will be monumental. If you have extra money, and then we do end up going here, I would think this is a wonderful time to buy. And if you look at a weekly, I think that's also like around the 100 moving average. So again, monumental support for Bitcoin also. And keep in mind, cycle-wise, that there was not that much parabolic move up, so the moving averages that get retested, they're going to be more. They could dip below it as well, right?
Have you been watching Ivan? Is he like totally out of the market now?
Yeah. Ivan has bailed everybody. He says that he only has like 30% left in Bitcoin, and that's it. He is not holding any more altcoins, according to him. I don't know how true it is, half the stuff he says, but because in some videos he'll say that he still has his pudgy bag, that he never sold his pudgy bag.
Yeah.
I know he never sold his pudgy penguin because that's linked to his identity.
That's the thing.
That makes sense, but maybe he never sold the pudgy bag also. But everything else, from what I understand, is he got out and he's just holding stables. So yeah, again, Ivan is one of those people that once the markets flip bullish again on the weekly, so like if we do hit SAR bullish, that's probably where going to be the money line is if it's bullish too, for example.
Yeah.
Ivan would get in right away. He's very mechanical trading, as he says. So and due to this being the cycle, end of the cycle when we turned bearish, so it made sense for him to get out. Yeah, I'm trading more altcoins, so my strategy is a little bit different. We're looking at things like alts to Ethereum pair. You're looking at the Ethereum market cap, and like I was showing. So my bet is still, that hey, alts did not really have a run like that. They did, but not really, and the dominance has just been dying ever since 2023.
Check this out. So I made the gold and blue using ChatGPT. So this is the 44 and the 125. So right now we're in the bearish trend where it's blue and they've crossed over each other.
Yep. There you go. Yep. So
I don't know how to make it scale with the chart though.
Hold on. It should scale with the chart. I don't know why it's not for you.
Maybe I have to refresh it.
Yeah, it should scale with the chart. It should be attached to the chart.
Let me
Did you overlay the chart or something? That chart? I think that chart is overlaid to another chart.
It's weird, eh?
Yeah, something is weird here.
Okay, I'll go back to yours though.
Yeah,
because so about alts.
Yeah, and then just so you know, when you run the script, you should add it to chart. Like here, you would click add to chart. It will appear. My first time making
an indicator. It was pretty cool.
So yeah, and then it should be linked. So somewhere along the line, maybe you I'm not sure what happened.
I'll dive deep into it.
Looking at altcoins, so we have a couple of others, total 3. But the main one is obviously BTC dominance, because that shows exactly what's going on. And we had this crazy run up. I remember, not saying his name, but wanted to reach 69%, 69, which is around roughly this area. Will we reach that? Will he be correct
Yeah.
after all this time?
The wizard predictions.
Shit, maybe. Who the fuck knows?
He's always right.
Yeah, so he's always right. But at the moment, looking at it, we had a crazy run up. We got reject. We had a nice little Altseason. Finally, Ethereum got the money that it needed, into it, and still kind of holding the 3K level, which is nice. We'll see if it's able to pump. I really hope Ethereum will push through back to make an all-time high. That's another coin that has not made an all-time high this cycle. That's something.
Yeah.
That's a big statement.
It was a
Ethereum
Bitcoin-led cycle.
has not
Institutional cycle.
made an all-time high. And yeah, exactly. So there was no Altseason, zero, and I think that's still ready to come. Institutions made their money off Bitcoin. They're happy with that. They're gonna want more money. Greed is beautiful, and they're gonna push it into Ethereum. Tom Lee is a crazy guy. He's expecting 62,000, but I don't think maybe we'll get to 6,200. Just 10x his prediction. And that could be an all-time high for Ethereum. I really hope that happens. That'll all make our days. Obviously, exactly for that reason, it might not happen. But yeah, Ethereum is still bouncing off its 100. So on the weekly, and it's a long consolidation. Again, these long consolidations, right? We rejected. We went all the way to 1.5K. We held it. Now we bounced all the way to 5K, and now we're like in the middle. Will the institutions now buy this up and make it an all-time high? Let's see. Or push it up a little bit so then retail gets in and makes it an all-time high. It's going to be interesting. It's an interesting bet, and that will reflect in the dominance. And the dominance is right now going back down. Mm-hmm. It got rejected off the 50. It's still on a bullish weekly trend on the SAR, but as you can see, it's kind of trying to test it. So let's see if this flips. I mean, that would be nice. That would be a nice signal to okay, guys, we might now all of a sudden see another dump, see here somewhere.
Oh yeah, we need to do the RUNE versus Atom chart.
Yeah. So and let's do that as well. I would love to do that with Coke, but these are some of the top tokens in that game, in the interop game. Atom being the foundation. I saw their podcast of the owners, and yeah, they're trying to get institutions. I think I briefly mentioned it on one of the streams with you guys. Cosmos CST. I have it, but I'm just gonna add it. Wait, no, I have it. Atom. Yeah, Atom is not a great trade, especially some of these charts. They destroyed it because it went to zero on some of these exchanges. But it's holding versus RUNE. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at the performance versus RUNE. This is the number one thing that is important here. So now we have Cosmos on one end, and let me see how I can add RUNE into here. I think we have to do plus RUNE. There we go.
You do RUNE USDT / Atom USDT right here. So type slash.
Okay, wait. Maybe that's okay. I see what you're saying. You want me to do that, but
yeah, do the verses.
Yeah. Research plus. Okay, so it's gonna be Atom USDT / RUNE USDT.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And then just hit enter.
That's it. So we're gonna use Binance for both of them.
Yeah.
That should be fair. That's it. Okay, now it's added to my portfolio. Now, okay, let's see. Now,
so RUNE's outperforming.
Yeah, currently RUNE is since RUNE's inception, since 20. It's been in this crazy range. Okay, so this is where Atom was outperforming, and then this is where Atom was outperforming, RUNE was outperforming, Atom was outperforming, and now RUNE is back outperforming, right? Oh no, or I think it's the opposite. It's
and now throw on the moon chart, the moon phases.
Oh,
this is TA.
This is TA right here.
So we got the bullish moon.
And the logarithmic chart.
Let's go. So this means Atom's outperforming. No.
Okay, so it's Atom divided by RUNE. Right?
Yeah, so this is when it goes up, Atom's outperforming RUNE.
Yeah, so when the volume goes up, Atom is outperforming RUNE. So yeah, so at the moment, Atom is outperforming RUNE. So sorry, Coke.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Coke.
No matter how deep your RUNE pockets are, You could have been making more money holding Atom.
I love joining the Thorchain spaces because they always start the exact same. Like they're like, Thorchain is a decentralized swapping kit that and they just go straight into it, and it's like, it's the same words every single time. Like you could just play the same space audio, and no one would notice.
Nobody would notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I kind of cleaned up my Leak wallet bag, and out of the top things that I invested in when I started with you guys in Morales and bull market course with Bill and everything, the top performers for me so far was Injective and Atom. So those are the 2 coins on IBC that have held better than everything else. Let's just say that. RUNE is an IBC token, so that's why I did want to make that comparison, because then we could actually talk about, okay, now we clearly see that it's a range. Sometimes RUNE outperforms Atom, sometimes Atom outperforms RUNE. So holding the token, yep.
Is RUNE IBC? I don't think RUNE is IBC, is it?
No, it's not. Well, sorry,
Atom is IBC.
Yeah, Atom is IBC, but it's technically this using Cosmos SDK.
Yeah.
So the technology to run cross-chain functionality is similar, more or less. Might not be the same, right? But it's similar. And yeah, they're both interoperable solutions. The only thing that makes RUNE not IBC is it just decided to opt out of that function to have liquidity on IBC, right? That's it. But they could at any day add it if they wanted to.
So when you use the Cosmos SDK, does it require coding, or is it like a GUI front end?
I never built anything on Cosmos, but
you've used an SDK before.
Yeah, I've used an SDK. So I use Morales' SDK. So I believe it's like you just plug it into your app.
There's coding involved. It's like you're calling functions in the code.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Like to handle liquidity, and then its own blockchain. You spin up your own, I guess, blockchain at this point, or some kind of interchain chain. It gets like that. It's like another complex app layer to all these different blockchains, and the thing that connects them is the SDK. To my understanding,
and the programming language for RUNE is called Go.
Could be. But I guess then that's what Cosmos SDK is. Let's see what Cosmos.
And then it uses Solidity as well and TypeScript, I believe.
Yeah, right here. Let's see. It's gonna tell you everything right here what it uses. So Go. So the SDK uses Go, C, Java, but mostly Go. 92% Go.
Weird. Oh, this is Cosmos SDK.
Yeah, I mean that's
what about RUNE SDK?
That's the same thing.
Doesn't exist.
Probably doesn't exist. Yeah. I don't think they publish it because they want to have an advantage. So this is where like Cosmos is losing, or at least that's what most people think. But we just looked, and in reality, it's just in a range. And there's times when Cosmos is actually outperforming, right? So,
yeah.
And we could do it with other tokens as well. Now, an interesting one would be, like the top 2 I mentioned would be Atom versus Injective. So let's see that, because those out of my bag were the most outperformers in the whole chain of Cosmos.
We gotta get Burbs to come on next time to do the weather report.
Oh shit! I think what the hell? I messed up. I deleted the other one. We already saw it, but let me add so the Atom.
She's ready next time.
Injective USDT.
Atom versus Injective.
Yes. Yep. That's
a trade everyone can relate to.
Why do you say that?
I wanted the Charlie Bull report.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be an announcement. Okay, this is it's a little bit sloppy, but yeah. Oh man, I mean, true. So Injective is outperforming Atom like crazy. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. Injective is destroyed Atom, and then never recovered. So the Injective had a way better run, but Atom again is like everything that is in Cosmos IBC. And Injective was it's like one part of that, right?
I found like Atom and IBC and Kepler and everything a bit hard to use. Like I played with it a lot, and it was like so many internet connected networks, and everybody's just trying to like do airdrop farming and just lock up liquidity, but there's not a lot of like use case, right? Like if you wanted to lock up your USDC and earn yield on it, you're not going to do it on like a cash network or some random IBC network, right? Just seems risky after all the problems we've seen in the past with yield farming
on IBC.
No, just in general. Like it's just there's so many options. Like how do you pick which network you want to be on?
So like that's a question more for like the market makers what they want to pump. Like,
Yeah.
but how do you pick which one is the safest, more or less, that has the less vulnerabilities? It's different. You look at Ethereum, and Ethereum as a whole, like if you're on Ethereum, you might, that's fine. You're holding like if you then it's like, what are you doing on Ethereum? That's where the vulnerabilities can come. Like you look at Balancer, that's been hacked several times, but then you look like at the Aave, so far it has not been hacked that many times at all. Then you have projects like Celsius who have been hacked. Same thing with Cosmos. It really depends who codes what and what vulnerabilities they have and how they get tested. Same thing on Solana.
Yeah.
On any chain. The main, like usually when people are building the blockchain, they're just focusing on the blockchain's integrity, and yeah, and as long as that's fine and has been working through very bad times, let's say, when crypto is super down, you're looking at the infrastructure, right? Like, will the infrastructure collapse or not is the question. Sometimes Ethereum had bad infrastructure problems just due to MetaMask alone. I would log in and I can't put a trade in because the servers for MetaMask or Cloudflare or something is down and Uniswap is not working, right? So these are all questions that you take into consideration if you're going to be trading. But if you're a long-term holding, you just want to make sure that the chain doesn't collapse. Like there's no hacks back and forth on the chain that like requires it to do what do you call it when they revert the chain? They go back in time.
Roll back the chain.
Roll back the chain. Ethereum technically only did that once on a major level. Bitcoin did that a couple times, but we are at a level where most chains are pretty good developed. So you pick those chains, and you have a bunch of them, and then from there it's like you're making a bet at that point, like where is the liquidity going to come in, and that you need a little bit of luck because that requires the market makers to come in together in their cahoots and cabal, meetings, and they're just putting billions of dollars into something. And you got lucky; you were holding one of the top projects there that that all of a sudden takes advantage of that liquidity coming in. You could get really, wealthy from that. But just by being lucky, just make sure the chain is good. From my understanding, they're all like Solana, Ethereum, simple to use, and more or less like friendly. Cosmos a little bit harder because you have all these different chains and tokens inside their chains that are a little bit different. They're not like in one place. You have to keep switching the chain. So it's kind of like the same complexity of Ethereum when you switch from one L2 to another. Cosmos has that same problem. Solana does not have that problem at all, right? Which makes it better in that case, more user friendlier. And Solana also proved itself to be its uptime is not the best as well. But hey, again, this is what you're making. If you're making a project and you're picking a chain to be on, or you want to invest your money in a chain, just make sure the main chain, like the Solana people, the developers, they're always building, right? So that's number one. When you look at stuff like I don't want to like disappoint Matt or the Pulse community, like the builders there, they're pretty weak, and even the founders like Richard Hart, they don't even build anything on there anymore. He just built whatever was needed to build and he moved on. He's kind of pulling what what's his name, and EOS did. I forgot. The guy from EOS, you just build and move on, but like you're leaving the community. It's like, imagine if in Cardano, that guy, how I forgot his name also, but if he would have left, Cardano probably would have.
Charles Hoskinson.
Yeah, imagine Charles Hoskinson would have loved to do some new project.
I have 3 EOS founders with Jonathan Teller, Craig Dubitsky, and Sanjiv Mehra.
No, that's not it. It was okay. Hold on, what was it? He also made D2. He made the Twitter clone, YouTube, EOS, and what was the other founder? Yeah, so many of these. BitShares he had. BitShares. Oh yeah, Dan Larimer.
Okay.
So yeah, Dan Larimer. You don't want a guy like Dan Larimer. He just comes in. He looks super smart. He makes the thing. He's able to get a lot of investment into the project, and then he just leaves. And then the project goes with him. If you're ahead of the game and you just invest when he comes in, and you probably would have made a lot of money in 2017, but that kind of destroyed his track record so much. I don't think I've never seen him do any new project anymore. I would believe nobody would invest from that. And that's kind of the position where like you want to avoid those projects as well. Like you could give him a chance, but then the moment you see stuff like this, like especially with Richard Hart, anybody who's now sacrificing in this new project, like the only thing I would say is like, hey guys, if you make your money back or at least 2x, don't be stupid this time and actually, take profit early in his, especially, if he's the one that does the initial pump, right? Because he's going to be buying it initially to pump the token up to get people excited to sacrifice or whatever he's going to do. He's going to be putting money in. But yeah, let's see. The one last thing before I go, I wanted to touch on was the staking. So I wanted maybe we could do this for later. But so Atom staking versus Rune staking is the question. Now I know Rune does. This is going to be complex. This is where we do need Cope to explain Rune staking in detail and what we can make out of it, and then Atom staking. Because what would be cool is from that chart that we looked at, Atom versus Rune, is we can technically you could technically hold both projects, and depending on their token, you stake the other. You stake and unstake. So like right now, Atom is going up, so it makes sense to stake Atom. The moment Atom is going to be going down with Rune, you don't stake it anymore. You take a profit or whatever you got to do, and then you go into your Rune bag and you stake Rune. You make the Rune 6. So periodic stake and unstake. I wanted to see which one is better at that as well, because that's kind of like showing the inner DeFi, like what you don't really see on the chart as much, because the chart only shows you the price, but you see the returns of holding the token at the times when it's making money. So because then you could take that stake, whatever rewards you get, and sell it for profit.
Yeah. Even if the price keeps going down, he keeps earning yield on the Rune, on the staking.
That's true. So yeah, and once it reverses, you could sell it. So yeah, it could be an interesting play. And I have some money in Atom, so I would love to do that comparison with Coke by buying some.
We'll save it for next week. Did you say you had to go soon? Because I could run through the quick hitters at the very end of the show here.
No, I have time. Let's do it. We have like 7 minutes, so let's see what we got.
Okay, I'll do the quick hitters. Ladies and gentlemen, it's December 7th. Looking over at the crypto roundup, the majors are up on the day. Bitcoin's at $91,337, Ethereum at $3,125, and Solana at $135. Cloudflare outage causes many crypto apps to go down. I don't know if anybody noticed that. The IMF warns that stablecoin adoption could lead to currency substitution. AlphaTon Capital files for $420 million shelf registration to expand its ton treasury. So bullish news for Telegram. Aerodrome announces that any Solana token can now deploy and trade on their base platform. Sappy Seals Omnia playtest goes live. CFTC announces that Bitcoin can now trade on CFTC registered exchanges. Tether makes the largest ever donation to a UK political party. Tom Lee says that crypto has bottomed. Jim Cramer interviews Kalshi's CEO. Kalshi enters media partnerships with CNBC. Myriad Markets introduced Myriad pools. The EU fines Twitter 120 million euros. There's a free mint in record time by Anna Marie Caballero goes live on OpenSea, and Pump Fun adds Fig token to their Spotlight program. Back to you in the studio. We did it. I tried.
Nice. Yeah. No, that was perfect. Yeah. And I'm in the process of right now doing the famous dumping on the community for whoever's watching.
And tell us the Charlie Bull news. What's the Charlie Bull news?
Yeah. So we're gonna be basically. I'm gonna be just make sure to dump the tokens real quick. But the news is basically Charlie is gonna have to do a little wait. Like we're gonna do a little waiting because we put so much time and effort to make this a fun project for people to learn. So where there's going to be enthusiasm and euphoria, so we kind of have to postpone the token launch for a time where that happens, where at least some kind of Altseason where people are excited. Because right now, if we launch the token it's probably gonna just be undetected, left under the radar, and it'll be nice for people like us in the game to scoop up a bunch of it, kind of how we're doing with Moonboys here trading it. But other than that, right, like the mission of Charlie would be suppressed also. So I'm gonna make that announcement where we're gonna integrate Twitter. He's gonna be posting with people, interacting with people on Twitter and Blue Sky as much as he can on the pre-tier. On both the things, and we're gonna just push off the TGE possibly like February, March, Q1, and see how things go. So the project's still gonna be going. I'm still funding it, but I'm just gonna be pushing that TGE a little bit down just so we could prepare for a nice, hopefully euphoric Altseason in the coming months, and then it makes sense to launch the token, get the most people in to know what to take advantage of it and learn blockchain.
Isn't the Charlie token already live?
It is, but it's like just on a test pool. Remember, we had like very little. It's
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like for you to play around with, like on a but
it's not on a test net.
Pool. No, it's live. But it's like 100 tokens I put up just for people to test like me and you to test the
small liquidity pools.
Yeah, to make sure everything is working, and everything is working. So I'm still waiting for EtherScan and CoinGecko to approve mine. I have to keep tackling with them, so I'm going to make another article explaining the tokenomics. They're saying that there's not enough token info, that's why they're not approving it yet. So I'm going to try getting more token info to these guys. I don't like soliciting them, so I'm doing it like once a week, most, so that they don't like flag me, right? Once that gets approved, and so it looks like Q1 hopefully would be the time where Charlie launches the token fully. We do the pump fund streams. We lock up the 1 billion bull tokens, and we have an awesome time doing that as well.
You got to be the only token on Blue Sky.
At the moment, but it's because it's necessary for Charlie to really.
Blue Sky native token.
It is, it's basically a Blue Sky native token, and we're also on Twitter. But the only difference is on Twitter, Charlie is going to only be making like one post a day and maybe interacting with like 1 to 2 people a day max, while on Blue Sky it'll be a lot more you'll be able to do without being charged an arm and a leg by Elon Musk. So eventually, of course, once we get there, we could do it. We could invest more in the crypto APIs.
Nice. I'm going to upvote you on Ethos so you don't have this yellow circle around your name.
What the hell is that even? I've never seen that in my life.
Rom's not familiar with Ethos.
That's like when you're not traditional.
Ethos. This is it? Yeah, Ethos here. So I have to give you a good review.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know what that was.
Bullish tokenomics.
Amazing project and team. And Theo is a part of the team indirectly, helping with the streams.
An emerging cross-chain ecosystem leveraging AI infrastructure to dominate across over 9 blockchains. Yeah. It is a virtual scavenger hunt to provide liquidity across as many chains as possible. It serves as a fun hackathon-style puzzle to try to spread Charlie across all servers. It is the first cross-chain dog on the internet.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and
it says I have low score here. I have 11%, so it looks like AI slop. Okay, I'm going to publish that.
Yeah, that's fine. It helps. Thank you. And yeah,
and get downvoted.
I will send me the link, and I'll upload it also.
Yeah,
but another mission would be like once we do the Twitter integration with Jesse from Coinbase. They're building the Solana to Base bridge, and that code is live. So I'm going to be building that integration out so that people can start testing Charlie on the testnet. There'll be Charlie tokens that they'll be able to bridge through to Solana. We'll have that page as a test branch initially, and then once that's fully live, we will push Charlie, the main token, to Solana.
Oh yeah, sweet. Any final thoughts, Rom?
Let's keep the day going, guys. Let's keep the bullish momentum, and hopefully we'll close Sunday in a nice happy mood and start the next week as well, pumping to retest those levels that we discussed.
Yeah, Bitcoin's up 91K. Let's keep going.
So guys, thank you Theo.
No problem. Thanks, Ron. Thanks everybody for joining. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.